afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Norm's Friends. Come on in, relax, get in that recliner, stretch out on the sofa. I'm David B., the readings guy, 603-404-9338, biffid@yahoo.com. And before I introduce my unbelievable, fantastic guest here, well, all I want to say is today we're going to switch it up on what we're going to do after I do my quote and the interesting fun facts and my wonderful guest introduce himself. We're not going to do any phone calls because I'm calling someone to give them a reading. So, and I told them I would give them a tarot reading. I'll give them a 9-card reading. I'll give them a few minutes with the crystal ball. So no phone calls until I'm done. And if you insist on calling, guess who's not going to answer? Me. So that's what's happening today. In the meantime, I have a guest, so let them know who you are, and I'm not even going to say your first name.
Okay, my name is Anthony Williams. I'm a local artist here in Manchester, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, and thanks for joining me again, yet again. It certainly makes it go a lot quicker, especially and smoother and enjoyable, especially with your artwork. He's got some unbelievable, as I always say, the best artist east of the Mississippi, and you're going to find out why shortly. All right? So, with all that being said, I forgot, Biffid, Biffid @yahoo.com. So, with all that being said, first, the inspirational quote of the day. Let me know what you think of this one. Once you realize you deserve a bright future, letting go of your dark past is the best choice you will ever make.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because, there are people, they do realize they deserve a bright future, but they don't want to let anything negative go. They still want to hold on to it.
It's hard sometimes, yeah.
It is. And, of course, Roy T. Bennett, The Light in the Heart. So one more time, once you realize you deserve a bright future, letting go of your dark past is the best choice you will ever make. What can I tell you? You got to get rid of the whatever it is that keeps you stumbling if you want to walk upright and get to where you want to go. All right, so with that, now, the interesting fun facts today are, because I'll give you a little clue. It's what this administration is shredding and walking over and not adhering to, and nobody's doing one damn thing about it. And that's why, as I always say, you can't be dumb if you want to be free, but yet there are a lot of dumb people out there. Before I get to this, I just want to say I've known him for years and years, probably 25 years, right? Mm-hmm. And a staunch Democrat, and I don't have any problem with that. That's fine, But if you mention anything negative about Biden, like the whistleblower on him, mm-hmm. Are you ready? Well, look at the source. Who started that? Tucker
Carlson?
Tucker Carlson, so right away, But in the meantime, Trump gets indicted, guilty.
Yeah.
Anything about Biden, but, he took tens of millions of dollars in bribes. They don't want to hear it. No, not he's the best president ever. I go, you got to be kidding me.
Something's going to happen. I feel it. I feel something's going to happen because already it's starting to fall apart.
Something positive?
Yeah, this Georgia thing, I mean, even FBI agents are coming out saying that Donald Trump didn't do this and he didn't do that. They had a story where he demanded to go into the January 6th uprising, if you want to call it that, and that the FBI agent wouldn't drive the car where he wanted it. Supposedly Trump, from the back seat, put his hands around the FBI man and started choking him, which turned out to be one big lie.
Right, exactly.
Even the FBI guy says no, he didn't. And I don't really trust the FBI. But here's something that I think about too is this Patriots Act. We don't really know everything that's in that. I tried to get some information on it, and they're not letting a lot of this out for public view. But I have to say to myself, these people who wrote the Patriots Act, and I know that some parts have come out where the police can spy on you and get away with it.
Yep, yeah.
And it's all part of what we're going through right now. I mean, this is a republic. We're not really a democracy.
Exactly.
We're a republic.
That's in here.
Right? But we have guidelines to follow, and it seems like nobody cares anymore.
Well, that's because, you can't be dumb if you want to be free. And it's just like, look at what they did. They got, before Musk got Twitter, they went to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and sort of strong-armed them into censoring people.
Yeah.
Anyone who dissented with them, which is, it's just what the Nazis did.
Right.
And these people, how dumb can you be? History doesn't repeat itself, but with dumb people, it does.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here we go. The interesting fun facts today are, again, what people should realize that we have, that all our liberties and freedoms are based on. All right, so pay attention, and then I figure also after I read the facts, I'm gonna, because it's short document what I'm gonna talk about, but I'm gonna read a little bit each time so people are familiar when they, it's just like if you don't know your rights, you don't know they're being taken away.
Right.
Which is, you can't be dumb if you want to be free. I can't, what's the word, drill that in your head enough. All right, hopefully you'll wake up. All right, let's get back to the point here. Interesting fun facts today. The Constitution, and I mean the Constitution of the U.S. All right, interesting, I'm going to need help later because there's, hold on, 11. All right, interesting fun fact. Number one, John Shallus, Shallus, a clerk for the Pennsylvania General Assembly, physically wrote the Constitution down on parchment paper. The convention paid him, how much do you think for his services?
I have no idea.
$30 for his services, which is worth about $800 today. Imagine.
This is back when the Constitution was coming.
Yeah, 1770.
Six.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see if I can see it. 1787 is when it was signed. All right. Interesting fun fact number 2. According to Article 4, which, by the way, the 4 is Roman numeral 4, Section 4, regular number, also called the Guarantee Clause. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government, not a Democratic form of government, a Republican form of government. Close quote. In other words, if a state ever attempted to radically change its structure of government, which they're trying, for example, if Vermont wanted to become a monarchy, or if Oklahoma decided to give feudalism a test drive, and I love this one, or if Delaware changed to a full-blown dictatorship, which the guy from Delaware is trying to change this whole republic into a dictatorship, these changes would be considered unconstitutional. You got to pay attention what's going on out there. They're shredding this document, and you idiots out there and morons and dummies just sit back and couldn't care less. All right. I'm really, this is America. Everybody in the world wants to come here still. So, and there's a reason. And it's not just for for welfare and free clothes and free health care. All right. Interesting fun fact number 3. When the Bill of Rights was adopted, it only applied to the federal government. The part of the Fifth Amendment, for example, which prevents the federal government from convicting a person twice for the same crime, what's called double jeopardy, was only enforceable in some states, get this, until 1969. Imagine?
Huh.
I didn't know that. I thought it was always, enforced. As Richard Lubunsky, Lebunska, writes in the Chicago Tribune, it took a long time for nearly every other amendment to apply to states. Freedom of speech, 1925. Freedom of the press, 1931. Freedom of religion, 1947, which they're trying to stampede on that one. Pay attention, you can't be dumb if you want to be free. The right to a jury trial, 1968. They're trying to do away with that. And prohibition against excessive bail, which they've done for all bail, was 1971. All right. Interesting fun fact. Number 4. Article 5, Roman numeral 5, lays out how the Constitution can be amended. The chance of Article 5 being changed, however, is slim. Over the past 2 centuries, get this, more than 11,600 amendments to the Constitution have been proposed. Of those, only, how many do you think, have been sent to the states for ratification?
Wow, 3,000,
No, 33.
33.
Imagine.
That was half right.
Well, you got the 3 right, I know.
Yeah.
Of those, how many do you think have been approved?
I have no idea.
27, and 2 of them, well, I know 2 of them. One was to allow Alaska to become a state, and the other one was to allow Hawaii. So with the other 25, I don't know. Rounded down, the percent chance of getting an amendment passed is, in fact, 0, but not really close to it, though. All right, fun fact number 5. Written in, pop quiz,
Written in what? What's written?
written in what year?
What, the Constitution?
Yeah.
What, 17, it was actually written, I thought in 1776.
No, that's the Declaration of Independence, Anthony.
Uh-oh.
Written in what year?
I have no idea.
All right, pop quiz, 1787, for all you historians out there. The Constitution was signed on September 17th, but it wasn't until 1788 that it was ratified by the necessary 9 states. See that? Interesting fun fact number 6. Of the written national constitutions, the U.S. Constitution is the oldest and the shortest. How many pages do you think the Constitution is? Another
No
pop quiz.
idea.
It's the shortest national constitution. Give up?
Yeah.
5 pages. Imagine, 5 pages long. That's all we got. So think about it. It's only 5 pages. They're working real hard to get rid of it. All right. Interesting fun fact number 7. There are 7 articles followed by 27 amendments. The first 10 amendments are known as
The preempt.
Bill of Rights.
All right, yeah.
Wow. He's failing all the pop quiz
Yep.
questions today.
Deport me.
All right, and here's some key principles of the Constitution. Separation of powers, we know what that is. An act of vesting the legislative, executive, and judicial powers of government in separate bodies. Again, this joking on in Washington doesn't think so, and nobody does a thing about it. All right, hold on. Wait a minute, that's sticking here. All right, fun fact number 9. Checks and balances. Counterbalancing influences by which an organization or system is regulated, typically those ensuring that political power is not concentrated in the hand of individual groups. What happened to that? Right? Interesting fun fact number 10, federalism. Federalism is the sharing of power between national and state governments. Hard to find that today. In America, the states existed first, and they had the challenge of creating a national government. And that's when they talk about draining the swamp, that's exactly what it is. They got it backwards. They think that we're here for them. Again, you can't be dumb. You got to wake up. They're here for us. We're not here for them. All right, and finally, can you loan me a finger? Interesting fun fact number 11.
11.
Thank you. All right. Only 12 of the original states actually took part in writing the U.S. Constitution. A pop quiz. Which state did not attend the Constitutional Convention?
I'll take a wild guess and say Connecticut.
Oh, close.
Can...
East.
Maine?
No, east. Of Connecticut.
Connecticut. New Jersey.
No, east of Connecticut. It's tiny, tiny, tiny.
No idea.
Rhode Island.
Oh.
Rhode Island did not attend the Constitutional Convention, though they eventually were the last state to ratify the document in the year, pop quiz, 1790.
There we go.
So there you have it for today, ladies and gentlemen. That's all the interesting facts. So wake up.
Pretty scary, huh?
I know, it is. So, before I get to calling, her name is Pat. She's going to get the reading. Before we call her, Anthony's brought some artwork with him, and he's got a fantastic story that's behind it, or in front of it, which I don't know what you'd say. So, do you want to
Sure.
do this and tell us all about it? Lucky you. Good for you.
This is get a close-up of this. This is a close-up of the book cover that I designed for Patty Hedeker, a very good friend of mine, and she's a writer, obviously. And it's about old Israel, Jerusalem, the way things used to be back in those days. And she has researched this to the point where she's decided after this book to write another book. So I can't wait for that to come out too. And she's already told me that I'm probably going to do the cover for that one too. It was a great experience. I really needed this. This really helps when you're doing a lot of art, and I'm glad that she chose me.
So now, Anthony, now when you were doing the book cover here, right?
Right.
Does she give you ideas, or she just says, "Can you do an illustration for me for the book cover?"
Oh yeah, she gave me the ideas. See, even though she's a writer, that's a different art form than painting.
Mm-hmm.
But she had to fill in the empty spots and areas of what she wanted. And she saw a photograph of a lady on a horse. So she said, I definitely want a horse, and I want certain colors for the dress and certain colors for the background. So what I did was several sketches until she finally said, yep, that's it.
Oh.
So, yeah, you need input. It's just like when you do murals on somebody's property. I picked up a mural on the west side, TMC convenience store, and it's been a bad year for painting outside.
What the? Wow.
That's just the way it is. So you're gonna have to roll with it. But I can't wait to come up with some designs for that. You got to keep going. You know, even though the weather was not so good this year, it just seemed like it was just too humid, and you really can't paint and get done. You got dry times because people don't realize that paint is nothing more than a chemical. So when you have chemical reactions, you're sometimes going to run into problems, especially when there's a lot of humidity, which that's what I ran into this year. So I'm right now going to spend the next week or so just designing, and I've already talked to the store owner, and he agrees with me that it's too wet and it's this and that. So I'll get him to say, okay, I like this design, and probably do it next year. There's just no reason to go out and kill yourself and not be able to finish it because of Mother Nature. But I love doing it, so it's worth it.
But you couldn't really get much of a mural done this year anyway, with only like one non-rainy day a week.
Yeah, it's we got 3 coming up this week. It's just the humidity adds to the rain, and of course, when it's really humid, it's going to rain. It's got all that moisture in the air. We're talking dry time for paints and stuff, but it'll work out. And I'm glad that he agreed with me that if we don't get it this year, we'll get it next year.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And you know me, you must have needed the rest, because you know me, nothing that happens by accident, or coincidence, all these factors let in, because, all your spirit guides are saying, Anthony, slow down, enjoy a little bit more of yourself this summer. Take a few steps back instead of always being, looking at a wall. So there you have it. So that's good. So now, how long from, we'll say, like, start to finish was the process between, like, her giving you input and doing this illustration and then refining it and, doing another?
It took months to come to this conclusion, because what she did, she thought she had everything written down, and then she decided she didn't like it. So she started over and put in whatever she thought she should have put in the first time. It's the same, it's all creative. It's to put a book together. You have to have the many facets and go through them and put them together. And then when you get them together and you're not happy, you give yourself time to, rebound and make it so that you're happy. And that's what she did. But it worked out. But it took months, really,
Good.
Literally months, before everybody was happy. The people that were printing the book had to see the artwork, and they had to read the book, and everything passed. So,
Oh, good.
yeah.
Well, that's good to hear. So, if we want to take a break from that, what I'm going to do is now, I brought my 603-404-9338 phone right here with me. It's right here. All right, I'm going to call this lady. Her name is Pat. Hopefully, she's going to answer the phone, and then we're going to do the reading. So, just to switch it up, I hope I can get this phone to work, because I'm not really familiar with this phone. Let's see. All right, wait a minute. Okay, wait. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm dialing the number now. And hopefully Pat will answer the phone. Let's see. Now, speaker. Okay.
Hello, David.
Pat, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
All right. Welcome to Norm's Friends. So, like I said, I'll give you. I can hear me in the background, like after I'm talking. Can you turn it down a little, please?
I better shut it off, huh? Yeah. Okay,
You-
is that okay now? Or
Right.
should I shut it off?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, I turned it.
Did
I
you?
turned it way down.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can always watch the rerun, right? So.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
so Pat, what I'm going to do is we'll do a 9-card reading, but I'm going to shuffle the cards. So when you think they've been shuffled enough, you tell me when this is how I do phone reading. You tell me when to stop
Okay.
shuffling, and I'll stop. All right.
Yeah.
So you have to say stop. I don't stop on you. So,
Okay, stop.
all right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread the cards out like this. Okay? They're in a
Yeah.
And what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna pick 9. So I'm not looking at them. I'm just moving my hand back and forth over the line of cards. You tell me when to say stop. So,
Stop.
okay, that's 1 card. We got 8 more to go. Are you watching me, or you just?
And no, I'm watching. Yes, I can see you.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, good. All right, so we got to do it 8 more times. Whenever you want me to stop, you tell me to stop.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Stop.
Okay, that's 2. I'm even gonna.
Stop.
Okay. Here.
Stop.
All right. Well, I can feel this is gonna be a good reading.
Stop. How many
1,
more
2,
we got?
3, 4. 4 more.
4 more? Okay.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop.
Okay. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's card number 6.
Stop.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, one right on top here. Okay, that's card number 7, and
1 more.
no, 2 more.
Stop.
And
Oh, 2 more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 more. Pat.
1 more. Yeah. Stop.
All right. Okay, so let me put these aside, and we'll spread them out. So, and what I do is I just sort of look at the cards and sort of give you a general description of what's going on, what's heading your way, what's already come your way, depending on how the card strikes me. So,
Okay.
all right, let's see. 1. Okay. And I'll be picking them up one at a time. Oh no, Pat.
I hope it's good.
Well, it's not bad, but I drew 9 cards, so it's the 5th card is because there's 4 cards before, 4 cards after it. So I always that's sort of the, shall we say, the grounding card, or the sort of atmosphere or the energy that's around you. And as you could see right here, we have the 5 of Cups. So what I'm going to say is, to start off with, Pat, you're sort of feeling as though something's not right, you're sort of missing something, you're looking for something, I'm getting a sense, but you don't know what it is. And part of the reason that you sort of have that a little bit of emptiness feeling is because if you're focusing on what you don't have, that's what's sort of making you have that bit of emptiness feeling, because you don't know what you have, so how can you sort of be fulfilled with that? So what you have to do is do a 180, all right, and remember all the beautiful things that are around you, the things that you like that are around you, the people that are around you that mean things, all right, and accepting sort of, shall we say, our station in life as it is now, not what we want our station to be. That's also, help you come to fruition with it. And of course, so what we're going to start with here, knowing that that's what sort of I'm feeling that this focus is on. So right away is the King of Cups. It's so you got some emotions there going on. You're dealing with emotions here. However, when you think of the King of Cups, if you can see the King of Cups, all right, a king, what do we think of as a king? A king is a mighty, powerful individual. The king has authority. The king sort of is well aware of all his surroundings and what's going on and what's in the kingdom. And if you think about it, what I said on this card, to look at what you have, if you do the same thing, look at your kingdom and see what's there and what you're in control of as opposed to what you're not in control of. All right? And again, here it's moving on to the next card. It's the Four of Pentacles. All right? People, we all read cards different. Pentacles could mean, materialistic things, work, a lot of things. But, all right, I'm reading them cyclically now because I started with that center card. So as you can see, the Four of Pentacles, what do you see? This person there, he's trying to hold on to everything. Again, it's sort of like, look at what you have and, don't be afraid to, let yourself go through a little bit of emotional unevenness. I don't want to say upheaval because I'm not feeling that. It's something really, really strong here. So sort of, just let go a little bit. Don't be afraid to let yourself get out there and be a little bit vulnerable, and you can still stay grounded to where you are right now. And then again, and once you can do that, if you can sort of, shall we say, let you, expand your boundaries, not, pull them in, but expand your boundaries a little, and maybe sort of let people just get a little bit closer than with what you have been, all right? For whatever reason is making you stand off, all right? Here's the next card. It's the Ace of Pentacles. Again, it's work, but look at it. It's a nice, beautiful card. Ace is the number one. One is the starting point. So, all right, you come to the starting point. Actually, you're at the starting point if you take the first cards I said into consideration. Also, all right, and once you're at the starting point, all you have to do, you just have to take that first step. As soon as you take that first step, things come into focus. You can see what it is you might want to attract to yourself, what you don't want to attract to yourself, as you sort of figure those out and come into focus and see what's, in the distance, what your aspirations are. And then as you can see, there's it's hard to see there, but all right, there's a sort of, it's hedges, but there's a gate through the hedges. And once you take that first step, that's going to come into focus more and more. So again, Ace of Pentacles, you got some work cut out for you. Naturally, we all do. It's going to take a little effort, but you're going to be able to make it through that opening. The door is open, and we can't sort of keep looking back at the door that closed. Look forward to the door that's opening for you. When you do look forward to the door that's opening for you, of course, the next card now we have is the King of Wands, all right? Wands is aspirations, it's goals, it's direction that you want to take. As you can see here, the King of Wands, he's sitting down. He's very well grounded, all right? So that's where you are too, just because it's the king, it could be the queen, well, not the queen, but, because the queen is a queen card. So, but as you can see, he's dressed in a nice red robe. A nice red robe is what people notice you. You get noticed. You know what you're doing. You would sort of exude that type of energy for other people to notice. It's nice and it's nice and grounded. By this time, after all this is going on, your emotions sort of smoothing out. There's, no friction there, or certainly a lot less friction there. And of course, here we are. We're back to the center card again. The Five of Cups again. So now, we're sort of like, we've done all that. Now we're here. We're realizing all that's around us. So you can go either way. But, of course, sort of, don't be afraid. Also, with what you've got. You've got to stick to what you got as opposed to, I wish I had this or I wish I had that. What, focus too on what you have to bring that along with you, and you can acquire emotionally. You'll be so fulfilled, or even if it's materialistic, if you will say you want to get a new kitchen set, you know, take what you got now and go for it. And what do we have next? Next we have the Empress, all right? Once you do that, if you keep following the path you're on, thinking naturally on the positive side, look at the Empress. Everything there, it's abundant, it's flourishing. There's down here, there's sort of, you know, some type of grass or whatever type of growth it is, but it's all new coming up for you. Again, we're growing, and you're realizing what's there for the taking in no uncertain terms. And this is even the best part. And we keep following this path, and then look, the next card we have is the Fool. Some people don't like the Fool, as you can see. He's right at the edge of the cliff. He couldn't care less that if he takes another step, he's going to fall off. But what this card is important to help you out with all these, the emotional quest and the materialistic quest and the new beginning is, you know, it's think about back, you know, when you're a kid, sort of see if you can get back into that sort of, you know, when you're a kid, you can make believe and you can play and everything is possible. Well, that's what it is with the Fool. You know, they don't have a care in the world. And when you don't have a care in the world, okay, we move on next to the Queen of Swords. And as you can see, again, the Queen of Swords, so that's, to me, all right, in this sense, swords is, you know, what's on your mind. You're thinking decisions. The Queen of Swords, you got to make a decision here, and it's time again. You got to break the chains of what it is, you know, that you're afraid to let go of. If you want to sort of expand yourself and feel so much more fulfilled and happy. And, you know, think about it. Also, at the same time, you can see the Queen again. All these cards here for you, if you notice, they're all sitting down. So, they're grounded. We're not jumping to conclusions. Things are thought out. We're nice and solid and, you know, sort of, we're not guessing at anything where, you know, you're weighing the pros and cons and things like that. And again, what I always have to stress this is, too, with the Queen of Wands, all right? Listen to your gut. You know, if you're coming to the fork in the road, you might want, we'll say, you know, going to the left it's the direction you might want to go, but for some reason when you get to that fork in the road, your gut is telling you to take a right. Listen to your gut, because if otherwise you're after all this is done and you're in this nice spot, you don't want to sort of throw caution to the wind. So listen to your gut with that. And then, of course, here we are at the end. We have the Five of Swords. And so pertaining to the last card, again, I can't stress it enough. If you see it, the Five of Swords, he's got, so there's young, you know, there's more energy here. After all this, you're feeling invigorated, you're feeling sort of recharged, and you've got, you know, all right, you're feeling confident. But however, again, when you going back to this card about going to the fork in the road, again, listen to your gut, because here we are again. Listen to your gut. You can't go wrong. If you even, you know, again, like I said, you want to go to the left, your gut is telling you to go to the right. Go to the left, follow your gut, because otherwise, if you don't follow your gut or follow your message, you know, somebody's, you know, you hear a voice, no, don't do that, then don't do it, because otherwise, again, you're going to after doing all this work and seeing the beauty and the clearness and focus of attaining what it is that you want, if you don't listen to your gut at that very end, and believe me, it always does come through. You just have to pay a little bit of attention to it. You're going to end up possibly even all that time you're going to say, wow, what a waste of time that was. There's going to be chaos, again, some emotional discourse, some friction in the emotion. So going through all that, Pat, what you do is listen to your gut at the very end, because it's going to come down to, I'm feeling that strongly, that it's going to come down to A or B. So, and listen to your gut when it does, not what you, if you know what I mean, the difference. Don't. So there you have it, Pat. What'd you think of that?
Okay.
And
Thank you.
You're welcome. I should have told you ahead of time that once I start going, I don't stop. And unlike other tarot readers, I don't ask questions, because I don't like, to me that's fishing. A 5-year-old can do it. Are you looking for a job? Are you looking for a significant other? Are you going to move? Are you going on vacation? You know what I mean? I should have said that ahead of time, because I never do. I just go. But anyway, would you like a few minutes with the crystal ball just to see if anything pops out at me?
Yes, I would like that.
All right.
Yeah,
All
very
right.
much.
All right, we'll do. All right, so first of all, seeing, all right, I guess this is a question, but I'm just saying it just to throw it out there. You don't need to respond. Who's the woe is me female that, you know? I could see it in here, and she's always, poor me, woe is me, why me? I see someone like that around you that's pretty close to you. So, but, you know, enough is enough is enough. I also see, again, I see a change coming up, a change for the better, a nice positive change. So, and it could relate back to the reading, but I see a nice transition going on there. Oh boy. I also see this around you. And you can let me know after. You can text me or leave a message and critique me if you want. But so who's got the? I see a nice nasty dog around you. Also, a dog that's not very friendly. I see that. There's, and I also see this. Now, I don't know who this is, but I also see another person around you that who can't admit to who they are. They sort of keep running from themselves, so they don't have to sort of, you know, deal with what's really going on with them. And let's see, I'm going to end, let's see. Well, there is, all right, there's someone, I'm going to stick my neck out here, all right? There's someone that's passed that you think of, all right?
Yeah.
And they're showing you signs to let you know that they're still around. And I'm getting the sense that you're hemming and hawing with that. You're saying, you know, on the one hand, you're looking at them and saying, you know, oh, I think that's so-and-so, let me know they're still around. And on the other hand, you're sort of not accepting it as a sign from them, but it is a sign from them. So don't discredit it. And let's see. I'm trying to see if I can get you. All right, here we go. The number 71, and then I also got the initials ZAAZ. I should say the letters, they're not necessarily initials. If that means anything to you, at the same time, and
What is it, Z?
Z, right? Yeah, last letter of the alphabet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let's see. And finally, I'm going to end with, okay, there's one person around you also. They're sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? They're very sort of nice and enjoyable and sort of a cutesy type person to be around. I see that very close to you too. But again, that's also, and you know who it is, and I'm sure you've felt it too before, they could be a little distrusting, not in a bad way, but just, they sort of, I'm going to say, once they gain the knowledge from you, then, you could take it any way you want, but sometimes they use it just to come back and push your buttons. So we'll end it with that, Pat. So, there you have it.
Yes.
You what?
Thank you very much, David.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, again, if you want, leave me a message after or a text and critique me. I appreciate it.
Okay, very good. I will do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pat. And
Yeah, bye-bye.
bye. There's my reading now. Oh. Done. All right, so that's it. Now we have 14 minutes left. What?
Oh, you got 14 minutes left.
Yeah.
I see.
So, what do you want to talk about, Anthony?
Oh, nothing
You're
much.
kind enough to come in, and I did that.
Yeah.
I just figured I'd do that to switch up. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else is going to call, but that's all right.
Yeah. I figured Mary called. There you go.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. It's the energy lady. How are you?
I'm
Hi,
very
Anthony.
well.
Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Energy lady. How are you? Must have killed you to wait this long to get through.
Wow. I thought it was going to be the end of the show.
Well, I do the readings, I get carried away, so that's why I only do, one or two cards when I'm on the show. Otherwise, forget it.
I hear you.
I
Can
don't-
you give me a reading with the crystal ball?
Oh, I just put the crystal ball away.
Oh.
Hold on, let me see if anything quick pops out at me. Just a second. Hold on. Only because you're the energy lady. You're getting the special
Thank you.
treatment. So you get the special treatment. Otherwise, once I put it away, I would have said no. All right. First of all, we got the letters A-N. So, what if that's somebody that you know? You're getting a lot of W-M. W-M could be William. I don't know. That's what comes to mind when I see W-M, short for William. Anyway, that's that. I also see something that you've been thinking of, that you've been wishing for. Very soon that's going to come to fruition, and you're going to know it's coming to fruition before it even happens, because that's how, they're going to say it's so close you can taste it. So I also see that for you. And we'll just do one more because we don't have a lot of time. And I want my guests to have some time here. And finally, oh boy. Well, there's somebody around you, all right? There's somebody around you. And for some reason, again, for lack of a better term, I'm just going to come right out and say it. They refuse to sort of, they have all their spirit guides or their guardian angel is well around them, and for some reason, they keep disputing it and putting a line up and saying, they won't have anything to do with it. And perhaps you could give them a good talking to and tell them to open themselves up to their help that's around them, that they're absolutely refusing to look at. So there you have it with that. That's it. Now I'm
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for calling. And I'm putting the crystal ball away, and I'm not taking it out again, because I know it won't.
Till next time.
Till next time. That's right. All right. Thanks again. Thank you for calling, Energy Lady.
Okie dokie. God bless and have a good night.
Thanks.
Stay happy out there in storm.
Thank you.
Bye, Anthony.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Dave.
Bye-bye. There you have it. So-
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I
do you,
figured Mary would call too.
well, I know, but well, you know me with the readings, they always take longer than I thought. That was instead of like 15, that was what, like 20 or something,
Yeah.
maybe even longer. Wow. Anyway, Anthony, do you have any? Well, you told us about that one mural that if you don't get to this year, it's next year. What kind of mural is it?
It's a. The guy sells fresh fruits and vegetables.
Mhm.
Oh, I mean, tomatoes, mangoes, avocados. So he wants, and he makes his own cookies, 2 different kinds.
Does he put weed in them?
No.
No.
And I've got an idea how I want to do it. I'm going to have a golden bowl,
Yeah.
and I ran this by him, and I want the cookies to have legs and arms. I want them to walk around.
Uh huh.
So
Nice.
that'll be a part of it. And then I got to come up with something to fill the rest of it in, because he wants to promote his cookies, and he also has his own soda with his own name on it and everything.
Wow.
So I don't know how he's doing that, but I'm going to continue to design and hope that he comes up and likes some of it. I told him, I said I might do 2 or 3, maybe even 4 different designs
Hmm.
and show all 4 at the same time. That way he'll say, okay, I like this part. Can we take this part and move it over here?
Yeah,
And that's
nice.
how, it's all what you put into it. Because I
Wow,
have
that's
to have his input, because he's the one paying for
naturally.
it. And
So and the mural's going to be where? Look at his
It's-
stand,
it's-
behind his stand, or
77 Demure Street on the west side of Manchester,
where's that?
and straight over there, right across the river. That's considered the west side.
Well, that I meant
Yeah.
Demure Street. I know it's where CMC
Demure.
is.
It's about a
I know
block away.
Second Street.
Yeah, it's about a block and a half from CMC.
Oh, okay.
And then, so hopefully, but it's on the outside. But like I said, the weather is it's just killing me. I'm not going to stand out there for 6, 7 hours in the hot, hot, hot sun the way it's been. It's just not worth it. You know, last year wasn't too bad until it started to get super hot.
Mhm.
So Deb Curtin and I decided we're not going to work 6, 7 hours, 8 hours. We're going to put in 3, and that's it.
That's and are you doing this mural with her?
No, that's one by myself.
Oh,
But I'm waiting to hear from the man that I usually work for, and then I invite Deb to come in. And I split it with her.
yeah.
You know, might as well.
Right.
You know,
That's the way to do it.
you got to give us old people something to do.
That's right. I know. Or otherwise, what? Yeah,
You
really.
know, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do it, but I hope that I'm doing in my 80s. If Mick Jagger can do it, I can do it.
That's right. You know, he takes ginkgo. Like I've been taking it for years because been taking it. It's
What
got
is
a
it? Zinc, you said?
ginkgo biloba.
What's
It's a
that?
natural blood thinner, but how I first started taking it was because I knew it was a natural blood thinner and what causes strokes. Isn't it like a little blood clot? So I started taking it, and I bet you, I'm going to say at least 15 years ago. And I never ever realized Mick Jagger took that until several months ago. But he's been taking it every day for years and years and years. But I take a break. I'll take it for like just 6, 7, 8 months, and then I'll stop for a month, and then I pick up again. I give my system a break from it.
There's not too many men or women I know that are 80 years old and do what he does.
No, isn't that?
No, it's incredible.
Mm, it is.
People go, oh, he must be back into the cocaine again. No, he's not. They're all
No.
clean machines. Keith, Ronnie, all of them, they're clean. Clean machines.
So, yeah, because I read about that, Keith.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was, but he is. Imagine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think anyone does coke when they're 80. I mean, you do a couple of lines and your brain explodes. I would think at that age.
Yeah. No, he's in pretty good shape. But he runs, he does the whole thing. But he's got a 23-year-old girlfriend, too.
Well, and he's probably got an unlimited supply of Viagra.
Yeah, something. I don't know. But he's amazing. He really is. The thing is, they're going to do it until they drop.
Well, yeah, they're coming out with a new album.
Yeah, so the Beatles. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I saw a thing on YouTube with, in the internet, Keith Richards and Ringo Starr in the studio together. But they wouldn't let anybody know what they were doing.
How long ago was this?
It's about 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
And then they were supposed to put the Beatles, Ringo and Paul, they're the only two that are alive.
Yeah.
They said, we're going to put an album out and possibly have artificial intelligence for John Lennon.
Yeah.
So what they were going to do is go through and feed the artificial intelligence all the information they could about John Lennon, and then let the artificial intelligence play his part. But Paul McCartney said no, that they don't want to do that.
I don't blame him.
No.
I don't blame him.
It's, just keeping it alive. When I was a kid, those were the two bands I loved, the Beatles and the Stones, Bob
And me.
Dylan.
I saw them all on Ed Sullivan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, it's amazing.
It
really
is. So we don't have a lot of time left.
Yeah.
Tell them who you are again so they don't forget the illustrious.
Nah, don't forget that. My name is Anthony Williams. I'm an artist in Manchester. And I hope to be busy and finish some murals for this summer.
All right. And I want to thank you again for coming on yet again, Anthony. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you for coming on and putting up with me and neglecting you when I'm doing the readings.
I'm
I
surprised
appreciate
Mary
it.
hasn't called in.
I know. Imagine. Anyway,
Hope she's all right.
well, maybe she tried and now she's with the kiddies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
That's right.
right. So anyway, and I'm David B., the readings guy, 603-404-9338. We switched it up today. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. When I do the readings, I don't have a clue what I say, barely, when I'm done. There you have it. Biffid@yahoo.com. Critique me, complain, praise me. I'll take it all. Thank you. And please, 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 next week, same time, same place, please remember 2 things. 1, you can't be dumb if you want to be free. And more importantly, you are a winner.